Hey guys, yeah, this is the art gallery here in the library. From time to time they'll change colors. This time we've put the blue squares up, or bluish green, whatever you want to call it. But hang out and I'll show you some tricks of the trade for getting straight lines in the center of a wall. And here's what I'm working with. This is the plan that the designer gave me of the north wall. Looks like we got 5 squares that I gotta do. Looks like 3 foot from the corner, then an 8-foot square, and then 2.5 foot between each square. So what I've done, you can see where I've already got the first square done. 3 foot from that corner, 8-foot square, and then 2.5 foot over. And you'll see I've already got it marked. I marked it at the bottom, not the top, and I'll show you why here in a second. Let me get up on my ladder here and I'll show you. Alright, here I am up on the ladder here. Like I said, I didn't mark it at the top, only at the bottom, because I'm going to use, this is one of my tricks of the trade, I'm just going to use the roll of tape as a plumb bob, because it will hang pretty plumb just on the tape itself. So I'll kind of show you how I do it. Of course, I've got it stuck here to the wall just to hold it there. This might be kind of hard to do one-handed, but I don't want to put it right where that tape is. I've got that tape right at the edge of where I need, which is 2.5 feet over from the other square. So you want to pull it out from the wall a hair and let it free swing. Make sure that it's all good and plumb. And then you want to make sure it's going to hit right on the edge of that piece of marking tape I've got down there. And right there we're good. So I'm gonna stick it right here at the top. And then just kind of run my hand down, making sure this tape lays straight. Yeah, you want to make sure that it's all laying straight, no wrinkles. Any wrinkles are going to tell you that you're not going to have a straight line. And then I'll come back here and give it a look, make sure everything looks straight, plumb, which it does. So I'm going to call that good and stick it down there. And once you got your top all smoothed down there, about halfway down the wall, you'll see where I got the roll of tape just kind of hanging there. From here you just kind of pull it straight down. I don't pull it enough to let it touch the floor because I want it to still kind of remain a plumb bob there for a minute. Step back, take a look, got her all straight. And then from here you just run your hand down it all the way down the wall. Again, making sure that you don't get any wrinkles or bends. Make sure we're looking all straight, which it does. And now here's the most important part. Alright, the second most important part. Obviously the most important is making sure your line is straight. But it doesn't matter how straight your line is if you got paint seeping up under your tape, because then obviously your line is no longer going to be straight. And that's probably the biggest question I get from people is, how do you keep your paint from seeping up under the tape? Well, number one thing is use a decent tape. This stuff here is about 10 bucks a roll, and it's got the what they call edge block, and I'm not sure exactly what that does. Something to do with melting when the paint hits it and seals up the edge. But the best thing you can do for insurance, right here I've got a wallpaper seam roller. You can do this however you want. You can use a seam roller like I do, or you can just use your fingernail and push down this edge real tight. But this side is going to remain the off-white. This is the side that's going to get the color. So this is going to be your paint edge right here. So you want to make sure this edge is good and stuck tight. So a lot of times, like I said, what I will do is either use my fingernail and just run it along that edge. But I like the seam roller. Just take and roll it and stick that edge down good and tight before you paint. And I'll come back and show you when I peel the tape and show you what this edge looks like. Alright, got that square painted. Now, the third and final trick to getting straight lines when you're trying to do a stripe on a wall is to peel the tape while the paint is still wet. If you try to let this paint dry and then peel the tape, what's going to happen is it's going to end up peeling your paint off of the wall. So you want to peel the tape while the paint's still at least very fresh. Doesn't have to be wet. And then as you're pulling the tape, you want to pull it kind of back across itself, kind of at an angle like this. So you're kind of cutting this edge. So you're kind of, in effect, I guess, cutting that paint on its way down, even though it's still kind of wet. But anyway, there you go, guys. That's how you get a straight line, or tape a straight line, I guess, on a wall. But yeah, number one, get your tape straight and flat to begin with. Number two, stick that edge down real tight, whether it be with your fingernail or with a drywall or a wallpaper seam roller. And then the third step is to peel it while your paint's still kind of wet. There you go, guys. That's how it's done. That's the tricks of the trade, or at least my tricks of the trade. But anyway, I hope this helped you out. I hope it did you some good. Y'all have a good one, and we'll talk to you later.